Hello and welcome to Marlin's Fishing Adventures. Today we are out on the rocks from Brixham. We are float fishing for a bit of garfish, possibly mackerel. There's a load of seagulls over there, which could indicate bait fish or mackerel. I'm currently fishing probably about 20 yards out, if that. Currently ground baiting as well with some mackerel, and which is blended up with bread. Hopefully try and get some garfish, possibly the odd mackerel. Had a little bit of fun fishing close in by the rocks. Had a little baby pollock. There's some nice Alfie, cast out further. There's some nice gobies there. Yeah, enjoy the view. One thing I did forget to say, we are using mackerel as bait. Little strips of mackerel, about way big. The flock of seagulls that were hovering around a minute ago, I think someone's chucked a load of bread in, possibly going for mullet down further in the harbour. I am out with the family, my missus or wife and my stepson. I only just got my stepson into the fishing side. This is his first time out float fishing. We're normally out on the bottom with my beach casters. I am currently restoring my boat, which I bought last year. It's a 16 foot cathedral hull, which I will put a clip up of what I've done so far. They're only for pictures, I've done no videos yet. Just like some people, work takes over. especially with my career. I'm currently in events, so the summer is a washout for me sometimes. And when I have 5 minutes, I'll be trying to restore my boat. And sorry if I keep looking away, I'm watching my float at the same time. And it's extremely hot. Especially for a ranger. The setup for the float's quite easy. Just on your main line, you've got your float stop, and it's a bead, float, bead, your weight, which then a bead to a swivel. Then I always cast out first, just flick it out, test the float, make sure it sits upright. If the weight's too heavy, the float will sink. And if the weight's too light, the float will just sit up high in the water or lay flat. And it's up to you how long of trace you have and what hooks you use. I'm only using 1/0 Sakumas at the minute. I did bring my mullet gear just in case there's any mullet floating around, but I haven't seen any at the moment. Hopefully we'll get a bite. If not, it's a lovely day out. Beats being at work, doesn't it? Oh, I just think I had a bit of a tension there. Yeah. Float's just bobbing. Got some kayakers coming through in a minute. Hopefully they don't get too close. As you all know, it can be a pain in the bum. Especially during tourist season. Normally I'm fishing the other side, over there, which you can get some nice eels over there. I haven't had many over there. There's another local spot I go to, which I've had the 22 3-ounce. It was my very first eel actually, of any size. Not gonna lie, it did poo my pants. I was on my own. Oh, little Bobby Bob. Float just went under. Hopefully it comes back and investigates again. So we're fishing over missed it. Over rocks and clean ground. So it could be brass, pollock, and as I currently don't know how deep the water is, I could be over depth a little bit, so dogfish will take it. Possibly not at this time of day. Some of you might enjoy the view. if you can see clear enough. I'm not zooming in, you perverts. And if you heard some chuckling in the background, that was my stepson laughing at what I just said. Something's taking the bait. I keep missing it. Don't know how, don't know why. I haven't float fished in probably about 2 years, so probably lack of experience. Hopefully something will come off it. Be nice to see a bend in the rod. I haven't done much fishing this year. Been concentrating on doing my boat and then work. Right, I'll bring you back. I'm going to check my bait and see if there's anything left. I just had a bite and I lost my float. So I'm going to show you how I rig up. I've got a spare float with me. If I can get into my box. So, like I said earlier, bead, one bead. Your float. You can get floats that got a weight in the bottom, but this one's unweighted. And then feed it through your little hole. Like so. And then another bead. And then your weight. I make all my own weights. And then a bead. And then your swivel. I just do a simple knot, put your line through the swivel, 7 turns, and then you get a tag end and go through the little hoop of the line before the swivel. Bit of lubricant, put it tight, and take off your tag end. And now what I will do is test my weight to my float. Always do this. And as hopefully you can see, I don't know if you can see it, it's sitting up perfectly. For me anyway. And now I'm using some 12-pound. You shouldn't do this with your teeth really, but I forgot to bring my clippers with me. I'm using 12-pound fluorocarbon, and then my 1/0 Sakuma Mantis. They're my go-to hook. I prefer my Sakumas. I use them for pretty much all my fishing, Sakuma. Same again, 7 turns through a hole, pull tight, bit of a lubrication. And then you get your swivel from where your float is and do your knot. Well, this is how I do it anyway. The reason why you lubricate the line is so that when you pull the knot tight, it doesn't burn the line and cause a weak spot in your line. Alfie, you watching? Sorry. Like I said, stepson's first time, so I'm watching his float as well as doing myself. That sounds wrong. Watching my float, sorry. Right, I'm going to cut some bait up. Right, sliver of mackerel. Alfie, I think someone's playing with your bait. You need to keep an eye on that. So I go through skin first, through to the fleshy bit, and then back through skin. Nothing fancy, it's only float bashing. And then give it a little flick out. And back to it. Reason why I lost my float last time really is because I wasn't watching my float and my line. I let too much slack in the line and it sunk in the water, and it must have got caught on a rock that's in shallow, and it's pulled it underneath pulled the float down into it. Tried moving it side to side, but no good. Eventually it just cut the line. I think my main line's only about 12 pound. And my missus has just caught herself a little wrasse.
My hook's okay.
And there it is. Look how beautiful they are. Little wrasse. Missus is alright. She's had a wrasse now and a baby pollock. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to help my missus. She's not very sure with the wrasse because of the teethies. She's getting there though. She's getting there. Took her out 2-3 years ago. Went down to Seatown. Nothing happened all night. And she chucked out half a mackerel fillet. She messed up the cast. I told her to leave it. Only went about 10 yards out, if that. And within about 10 minutes, bent over. Couldn't get a correct scale of the weight on her because my scales died that night. So I ran down the beach to the only other angler that was there, and he had the old school springy scales, which you will know isn't 100%. I think it weighed about £6, but in truth I personally will say it was pushing more 8. I'll upload a photo. Yeah, she went viral. Pisses all over my bass. Even I haven't really gone for them, but mine's probably about £2.5. Yeah, I was well over the moon for her. Maybe sometime soon. There's a spot over there, in the spot in Torquay. Might try go down there in the next few weeks. Go for some eels again. See if I can catch the big one that's down there. Apparently there's a elusive 30 plus down there. Just trying to keep the line out from sinking. Don't want to lose this float. It's my last float. Well, last float I've got here. Just brings back memories from when I was a kid, when I started fishing with my dad. Going out float fishing for the mackerel. Normally we used to go off Princess Pier over in Torquay. The odd occasions down Breakwater. I haven't fished Berry Head. I haven't fished down there for a long time. Same as Hope's Nose. One for the trek. Especially Hope's Nose. And plus the tourists that go down there and destroy our lovely seaside. There's a lot of you anglers probably know that live around the Torbay area. I haven't seen so many flying rats in ages. Sorry I keep wiping my head. I'm sweating. It's about 29, well, when I was in the car when I parked up, it was about 29 Celsius. Us gingers are not built for this. Well, especially me. Alfie, fish further up, mate. Oh, float just went under again. Something's playing. I don't know if it's baby wrasse or baby pollock. It's just dipping the float under. But there's fish out there. If I land one, that's a different question. Let's enjoy the view for a little while. Don't know if you can see him, that little dude there. I think he's playing with some feathers on his little sib. Personally, I wouldn't. I'd be too scared of popping the boat. I know there's another bloke I follow and watch. He does a lot of sib fishing. Big up to him, braver man than I am. And the tide is on its way out. High tide was around 2:30 this afternoon. Well, if you see any smoke, don't worry, nothing's on fire, it's just me vaping. But look how calm it is. It's been a lovely day out on the boat. And of course, when my boat's on the water, you guys will be coming with me. Well, from now on, guys, you'll be following me every time I go out fishing. Alfie, just make sure your line doesn't sink too much, remember? So lift the rod up, now reel down. Yeah, that's fine. Might try and get out mullet fishing as well soon before they disappear. Well, if they disappear with this heat. Who knows how long this is in for. It's UK weather. Tomorrow it could be thunder and lightning. I'll bring you back in a minute. Like I said, paddle borders, literally, I'd say about 6 foot away from my float. Normally I'll scream and shout at them, tell them to do one. Oh yeah, normally they're arseholes, but he found my float that I lost, so I gave my float back. So there is good people in the world. Alfie, your float just dipped then, big time. Reel in a little bit, take up your slack of. I think it's either small wrasse or pollock. They are proper dipped out. So there's definitely fish about, but can we hook them? No, we can't. Don't know if you heard that in the background. The missus says I can because she caught a nice wrasse. Baby one, but a nice one. Don't know if you can hear that in the background. There's two little racing boats just coming into the harbour. Three little racing boats, sorry. I'll correct myself there. Nice boats, but not my type of boat. As the tide's going out, the floats are drifting to the left. So when you're fishing like this, when you're float fishing, well, I find when you're float fishing, try and cast slightly to the right because of the drift of the tide. So if you're fishing wherever you're fishing, I normally have a first cast straight out, see what way the tide's pulling, and then adjust to the tide. Sorry, camera's not very good. It's a new tripod I'm trying out. We're all fishing at different depths, so we get an idea where the fish outfit, you're getting bobs. Alfie, keep an eye on your float, buddy. Sorry. He's missing so many little bites, it's unreal. Proud of him though. He's only been a handful of times. He's had mackerel. And yes, a snotty baby little eel. As you all know, they all little baby ones destroy your rigs. It's alright, just had another float go under. While not watching again, something out there, he is playing. I've always found that eels under about £10 normally destroy your rigs. Oh, there's something playing in a bet. I bet it's small wrasse. The smallest hooks I've got. Only come out for a few hours, just for a bit of fun. Frustrating because I can't hook none, but fun. So I don't know if it's mullet further out, deep, that I can't see. I haven't got my Polaroids, and if I have, I doubt I'll see them anyway. But if it's mullet, they could be giving you like a finicky bite. Could be anything. It's the joys of fishing. You never know what you'll catch. Might bring you back. Chucking some ground bait out, or chum, whatever you want to call it. I missed a hell of a bite. Ran over to get my rod, picked my rod up, and then the float popped up. So something took that well that time. Trying to attract the fish into the area. I know a lot of people do this for garfish. I do it mainly for mullet. So this is new to me, trying to go for the gars. Well, baiting for gars. Yeah, let's hopefully it comes back. Well, the ground bait must be working well. Ground baited out. Well, charmed out. We've recast. Floats because the tide's pulling to the left. Cast slightly to the right. Miss's float went straight under. My float went straight under. There's got to be something in the air. I don't know what it is. It's only a little blob. But there's fish. A boat's just passed. Which might spook them. You come in a little bit close enough, would like. But we are fishing basically into the mouth of a harbour. Come on. Fish are biting, but can't hook them. There's a trawler coming in. Sorry about the juddiness. There's a trawler coming in. See in the distance. What a beautiful day though. There's definitely fish out there. There's definitely fish out there. Me and my stepson just had our baits ripped off. So yeah, especially in this weather, keep hydrated. Even though the boat's got a split. out the freezer. Used to do this as a kid.
Is that alright?
Yeah, if it don't come off, it don't come off. Cast out, buddy. Oh, fuck.
You're joking.
The seal's just turned up.
So any fish we were gonna catch, he's gonna catch for his dinner.
Yeah. He would have spooked all the fish off now. Whatever was there, feeding. Sammy the seal is just turned up and probably scared all the fish away. Especially while we're on the float. Because he only popped up in between my float and the rocks. So he's not that far out, but he's close enough to scare fish off. Hopefully he's gone down, he's going into the harbour, so hopefully the fish will come back after he's disappeared. But he's currently watching a kayaker come in. I would show you the seal, but he's gone around the corner. But he's watching that kayaker. If you can see that kayaker there, he's watching him. Hopefully the kayaker is scaring him off. And that kayaker looks like he's trawling with lures. Or he's just popped up here. If I can get it, I'll show you. He's just gone under. He is dived there. I can just see him. He's coming this way. He's coming up close. Do you see him? See him there? See him just under the water. Hopefully he does not catch my line or take my freaking bait. I don't know if you can hear it, but we got some speedboats going back out. I don't know how many is going out. I can see one. Well, those little racing boats that come in earlier. There's one of them going out. Two of them going out. Sorry if I'm waffling on, everyone. This is new to me. I'm glad I'm not on the breakwater. Jet skis playing around over there. Now you've got the speedboats going past. And it sounds like they're opening it up. Seal. Wonder if your feet. The seal's back. Sorry guys. The seal turned up again. And I've got a leftover carcass of mackerel and I was going to see if I can feed him and take a video. But he disappeared. If he turns up and he stays lingering, I'll try and get a video of me feeding him. Well, trying to feed him, because we're on a little bit of a ledge. I have all but fed a seal at Babbacombe. If I can find a video, I might edit it in. The water was crystal clear, so you saw pretty much everything. But I wouldn't advise getting too close to them because you don't know their temperament. But I've been lucky, I've been okay in the past. And I've had a lot of seals, never had a problem. I've pretty much hand fed them quite close. I've even had a seal take out my house once, but I would highly recommend not doing it because like I said, how temperamental they can be. You don't know what their temperament is. There's nothing saying that he'll grab my hand. It's a risk I take, and if it did happen, that's purely my fault. But I just love nature, and for some reason I'm really good with animals. Not in that way, you sick-minded people. Since that seal's been floating around, it's gone a bit quiet. Not even had a bob on the float no more. So whatever was around has either gone into hiding or disappeared because the seals were out. This is a new spot to me. I've never fished here. Like I say, I've always fished over the other side on the breakwater if I've come this way. Or I'll go around the corner where you can get some nice huss. I'm no record breaker. My biggest huss is 8 pound on the nose. That was caught off Blackpool Sands before it got taken over and new owners and whatnot, changed all the regulations. To me, that's put me off fishing down there because I like to normally fish until early doors. But now you can only fish down there till midnight, and I think you can only fish from a set time, say 6 o'clock. Don't quote me on that, because of the new rules, as it's a privately owned beach. I know a few people that's had some really nice huss from down there. Alfie, walk forward. What are you in that tree? My stepson keeps getting caught in a bush. And not that kind of bush. I think he likes the green, even though he doesn't know what that green is, by the way. Let me help him out. It's alright, just help my stepson get out of the bush, which I hope that will never ever happen, if you know what I mean. I will be trying to upload, hopefully, maybe fortnightly videos. I would say weekly, but if I do weekly, I'll never get my boat finished. And it'll become a drive ornament. And I don't think the wife would be too happy about that. And neither would I, to be honest, because I've waited a long time to get this boat. So yeah, if I catch anything or anything else interesting happens, I'll bring you back. But for now, thank you very much. And this is Marlin's Fishing Adventures. And see you in the next video. Stay safe. I'll bring you back because stepson's just caught a fish. Keep up. Reeling it in. Bend on the rod. Bring it in. It's going to fall off otherwise, isn't it? But it's got a little mackerel. Baby mackerel. Well, that was supposed to be the end of the video, but somehow the stepson is on the mackerel. None of us else are. And we're all about the same sort of distance. I don't know if he's picking up the solo loners. I do not know. But he's on the mackerel. Good lad.